Miss Sallee, if you hadn't walked into the closet when you did, I was going to take the gun out of the safe and shoot myself. I was stunned, but I didn't show it. Not today, I told him. Not today. I didn't learn that kind of calm in a classroom. I learned it living through my childhood. You know, growing up in an alcoholic home or an addicted home costs you things, but it also builds things in you. You might even call them superpowers. They're things that most people don't have, and you might not even be aware that you have them. But today, I'm going to point them out to you. Superpower number 1 is the ability to be calm in chaos. When you grow up in violence and just turmoil all the time, you quickly learn it's best to stay calm because you're probably going to be the only one that's going to. And you'll need to be the adult in the room, even if you're the child. It's just best to remain calm and not contribute to what's going on. So when I was helping my friend declutter that day, and I met her son in the closet, I was able to stay calm. And I comforted him. I put my arms around him. He was crying. He was very upset. I told him this was just a moment in time and it was going to pass. And I told him he was going to go on to live a beautiful life and that God had a wonderful plan for his life. And then I told him what to do. I redirected him and I said, now you're going to call the outpatient facility and talk to your outpatient care director. You're going to call your sponsor. You're going to go to a 12-step meeting and you're going to get back on track. When I got home that night and I was telling my husband what happened, I was a little shaken, but in the moment, I was able to stay calm. Superpower number 2, emotional intelligence. You very likely knew how to read a room before you could read a book. You pick up on body language, you can avoid negativity and phoniness, and you can spot trouble coming a mile away. But you're also extremely empathetic, you're compassionate, and you're passionate about all of your endeavors and your activities, your job, your family, your hobbies. Superpower number 3, you are resilient. You know how to survive hard things. And this allows you to think outside the box and to even take risks because you know that if things go wrong, you'll be able to bounce back because you've been doing that all of your life. This makes you a valuable employee, and it makes you a creative entrepreneur if you decide to go that way, because you know that you can survive. Whatever happens, you can survive. You can start over if you have to. You've done it a million times, right? Superpower number 4, you're independent and you're a problem solver. And this allows you to think on your feet. And again, it makes you a valuable employee or a successful entrepreneur. But there is a downside to this superpower. You need to sometimes collaborate with others. And it's good to know what your weaknesses are so that you can find people who have those strengths to help you. Because you won't always have all the answers, even though I usually think that I do. And I always tell my husband that I do. And he believes me. He's just that kind of guy. I'm pretty lucky. Superpower number 5, you have a drive for inner growth. You understand that hard pays off if it's done well. And you're not afraid to pay the price because you've been paying the price all your life. and you're willing to do that to get what you need and what you want. Superpower number 6. You have a deeper hunger for more meaning. You'll never be able to live life superficially, and your pain has opened the doorway for your relationship with Jesus. You always knew that there was more, and now you know there is more, and you know where to find it. And again, you don't have to live life on a superficial level. You can go as deep, as wide, as high as you want to, because that's what we get to do as believers. Oh, and that boy in the closet, he's an adult today. He has 2 children, and as far as I know, he's doing well. God used my pain that day to save a life. My name is Sallee New, and I help Christian women overcome the effects of growing up in an alcoholic or an addicted home. And also, if they're living in addiction or alcoholism currently, to draw healthy, doable boundaries that promote family peace and focus on recovery-oriented solutions. You can click on the link in the description below to find out more, and definitely download that free document that will just let you take a deep breath and surrender whatever it is that's bothering you. Hope to see you in the next video. I'll be back then. God bless, guys. Bye.